Hey y'all, it's Cam.
Hey y'all, it's Desinae.
Hey, it's Jada.
Hey, it's Jay, and this is Four Deep, a podcast with four Black women and their 20-somethings who ain't afraid to get deep with it.
And y'all know, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at 4DPod everywhere. If you're listening to us on Apple Music or Spotify, then don't forget to rate us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, y'all need to subscribe. Y'all need to give us that thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment because we want to hear from y'all. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications so y'all can get deep with us every other Friday.
And don't forget, after you watch every episode, to let us know how deep we got on a scale from 1 to 4 deep. I don't know, this is going to be a 4 deeper. It's going to be a 4 deeper. You can let us know in our comments. You can message us on all of our platforms. You can let us know in our Spotify poll that y'all never used in season 2. So I'm coming back on y'all next in episode 1 of season 3. Y'all better use that poll. And yeah, let us know what you think.
And today is going to be a 4 deeper. Why? Because today's topic is reflection, and we are talking to the man in the mirror. Yeah. So, who's ready to get deep with it, baby?
I guess we are, huh?
It's gotta be us. It's gotta be us.
It can't be. Oh my gosh.
Right, somebody gonna kick us off with the quad quote?
Yeah. So our quad quote for this episode, it came from a tweet that we saw. And so the original tweet goes, "What do you want out of 2024? Speak it to life." And somebody quote tweeted it and said, "For God to show me how good it can get in every area, even where my mind couldn't fathom."
I like immediately get emotional.
Yeah. Oh, let's get into it. Let's unpack that.
What is it getting? What is it giving?
Yeah. So, and okay, the way like I'm taking that, the reason why I got so emotional is because last year, I will say I spent a lot of time asking God like what he wanted me to do, and kind of just like trying to, give myself to him and allow him to use me in whatever way he wants to use me. Like I was trying to like not forcefully do things and kind of just like see what was really for me. And so, God showing me how good it can get. I would have to give myself to him, and I will have to, really let him use me, beyond what I can fathom. So I'm trying to like get to that point where I stop trying to like control everything.
Yeah.
I definitely have some issues with that. I want stuff to go how I want it to go when I want it to go that way. And it has not been working that way for me, especially starting in 2024. Like I had this whole plan, like all these things that my New Year's resolutions, whatever. But I've been trying to give myself grace in that plan is not necessarily going exactly how I wanted it to go. So yeah, I just need to talk to God a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Let him know that do what you gonna do with me. Because
okay.
My plans are not going my plans.
Yeah.
They're not going how they're supposed to go, no way. So
okay.
Yeah, I need to let him really, really use me this year and just show me, like how it's supposed to be, his way.
I do want to say this, Des, and give you your flowers. Seeing you throughout 2023, I want to say that it was very inspiring because you submitted yourself to God a lot of times. And I was just there listening to everything like, wow. Like, I don't know, I just really, really loved it. Like, even though like you say that you struggle with like the control and everything, but despite that, and like the way that you've actually been very intentional about submitting yourself to God and really like being open to whatever God's plan and will is for your life, like you really did do that every day. And those everyday decisions really make up the big picture. And we can see the big picture. Our audience can see the big picture. But it's really an honor to be able to see that in daily motion. So yeah.
Are you gonna make me cry? You're just too early for that.
Let it out. No, literally, like if we had like, oh my gosh, we should do that. Like, what are they called? Superlatives?
Oh, girl, that went.
Like the
Yeah, what is that? Hold up.
No, it's like
like the biggest, like the most growth of the year award goes to.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Like even
There you
what I've
go.
heard from like other people that be watching, definitely be like, yeah, like, cause literally the beginning, like, and even you just said it, the beginning of last year, you was like, I'm figuring out what I need to do. And then you let go of the control. He was like, all right, this is what it seemed like was for me. I'm gonna go for it. And you kept going for it. You went through all them applications, all that. And you got it. And then even in that new environment, you excelled. Like,
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
Just a little blushing emoji.
That's what I'm saying.
People are like, yes,
It's been a
that
journey.
was, yeah.
Yeah, and y'all have all been here for the walk. So y'all have all really been here. The audience, like y'all really all been here. So let's see. We'll see what 2024 brings. How are y'all
Yeah.
feeling about y'all's 2023?
Oh yeah. As far as as far as this quote goes, speak on that. Cause it's what we talked about in the last episode, well, episode 9 of season 2, just talking about like giving up control, but also leaning in. Like that's the theme moving forward. Forget the year, just moving forward, period. Cause I think last year was really a testament, like you really don't have no control. I had a whole, I made a vision board last year for 2023. I really had this idea of what honestly, I didn't know what it was gonna look like, but I tried. And baby, it took me through every which way turn. I mean, even after month 1, I was like, oh, nothing could have told me that. That's how that was gonna go.
Yeah.
And I think that was really like how I felt about the whole year. Is like nobody could have told me that that's how 2024 was gonna go, and I'd be like, yeah, I believe you. Like, nah. And so it's just wild to, see that's, how life be playing out. But then it's also just like even all the blessings that came from it as well. It's like you just have to trust that God has your best interest and he will take you there. But you got to believe, like, you really got to believe. Like, even now, I forget what episode it was when we talked about it before, but like praying, but being in, I think it was the faith one, having faith. Like, you could pray about it, ask God for it, but you got to start praying and thanking God for it before you even receive it. Like, that's what really stuck to me. And that's how I feel like this quote kind of speaks to that is, like let God take you where your mind couldn't even fathom, but also trust that he will take you there. He's going to
Right.
when everything works out. So yeah, just taking things day by day at this point, like it is what it is. I have no control. I could do my part and I could do my best. So I don't feel like I'm lacking, but yeah, really got to give it to him.
Thanks. I feel like I'm in the same boat. But the thing about going into this year is like I feel the same way as I did like going into 2021. Like I don't remember exactly how that felt, but like I can identify with where I was back then. Like I have financial goals back then that I was trying to pursue. I was trying to save for moving because I knew I was going to end up going to school somewhere. Well, no, at that time I knew I was going to Howard, so I knew I was going to be moving out here. And there just was a lot of things that were like going in motion, and I was excited for, all the possibilities that were lying ahead of me. But then I was also like scared, like there's a lot of change. Like I'm also trusting God for a lot. Like, what if this doesn't work out? What if this, that doesn't work out? And so I feel like I'm in that same place, like yet again, 3 years later, because, this is the year where I find out everything pretty much about my career by like the end of this year. I'll have been done with all of my exams, so I will be board certified. And
That's wild.
I'll have applied for residency, so I'll be waiting to hear if I got accepted. So it's like this is the year that it's the year of yes. First of all, that's what I'm claiming.
Okay.
Amen.
But it's just everything's gonna fall in line. It's gonna fall together. It's like I'm starting to plan for my future, and things just feel real. So
Wow.
it's like it's exciting and it's scary. but I trust God. Like, I have no doubt, like, everything's gonna be fine. And even like with financial goals that I have, just trying to like save for some of this stuff, because like we have mission trips and conferences coming up this summer, and then all of the things that I have to pay for just to get out of here. It's expensive, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna have to worry how I'm just it's gonna get paid for. Like, I don't even gotta worry about it. It's gonna come together somehow. And I said, like, one of my goals is to pay off my credit card before I finish school. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. Like,
Okay.
so
Okay.
it's like I'm in this place where it's like I don't even have to. Like, I
Yeah.
prayed for it, I asked it, and I know that I'm believing for it, and I know it's gonna happen. And that is the same faith that I had in 2021. And the three things I said that year was I was gonna save a certain amount for my move, and I was gonna get an apartment where I could live by myself and I could afford it. And I said I was gonna get a full ride scholarship, and God gave me all three of those things. So I just know this year is
Amen.
it's gonna go crazy. I just know it is, and no year is perfect,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm already grateful for what's to come. So it's like life is gonna life, but it's not gonna distract from the fact that like God is gonna do
Yeah.
everything. Like, I just don't even gotta worry about it. So the church that I started going to out here too, they're talking about this is the year of establishment. So I've also been trying to like understand what that
Mm.
means.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I've kind of been taking that more in the context of like my faith. And so over the little break that we had, me and Jada, we had went to the Bible Museum out here in DC.
So
And literally ever since then, reading my Bible has not been the same.
they
Church
haven't. They just can't.
Church
Yeah.
has not been the same. Like, literally everything about it is so different. And I'm like reading the Bible, like these are real people that lived. Like,
Yeah.
it never occurred to me. Like, okay, yes, it's like the Bible has always just been this thing that existed. But like, no, like it didn't just, it's not just here. Like, it's not just a thing. Like, this is like, I understand like why it's the living word. And so like it just hits different. And so I think that's part of why my mindset has changed too. So I'm excited for what's to happen in 2024. Like, it's gonna be great.
Be excited. Dang.
Okay.
Yeah, even with what God did with your student loans, Cam, like that's just beautiful.
Girl.
Make a way. Talk about make a way.
Talk about a year. That
Come
could have
on.
been the only thing that happened.
Like, then nothing else
Okay.
happened. That
That
happened.
happened.
That
That
did.
happened.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh my
that was
gosh.
amazing.
So
And that was crazy
oh,
too.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I was gonna say that was crazy too, because that was in part connected to my mom. So my mom got loan forgiveness, and it took away all of my undergrad loans that she had borrowed for me.
Mm.
And so I only really have like a little bit of loans associated with like me trying to retake classes after I graduated, and like some loans that I have from dental school now. But I put on a vision board that I made for her, I think in like 2020 and 2021. She wasn't into it, but I found a Pinterest picture that said the Andersons debt free about like whatever year. And so I left it blank, and I told her to write. I think I left it blank. I don't remember. But like it said the Andersons on there. And it was like, I have to put this on there because my mom has always said that she wanted to be debt free. And what's the odds that I find this picture? Random picture on Pinterest.
What?
It could have been a white Anderson family. I was like, let me put this on there. And God came through and wiped that debt. So I'm like,
Oh,
yes.
Girl, I
that's
found, you know how Jada be the prophet through her dreams, girl, you the prophet through your vision boards.
come
For
on.
sure.
It must
Because
be. It
what?
must be.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, that's wow.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, Jada.
No, you're fine. It was necessary. In the same vein, I would say while there is like a gratefulness that precedes the blessings to come and the lessons and all that. I'm just really excited about the mystery of it all. I feel like the more I like think about this and really meditate on how God operates and just like his character and how he shows up in my life specifically, I know that every time I look back, because I do a lot of reflecting. So every time I look back, it's always like some is good. Like some of it all is good. Some of it all is like, that's what I needed in that exact moment. Even though if I was aggravated or I was kicking and screaming, throwing a tantrum, it was exactly what I needed. And so I'm just really excited to see all the twists, turns, loop-de-loops that happen, because even though like there will be trials, I'm just gonna be better at the end of it. And as long as I just continue to look towards God, it's all going to be good. And another thing is I was at a Monday Bible study, and they were saying like basically that your goals cannot be your God. And I was like, you're right. I said, ooh. And they were like, you need to shift priority, because we can be so focused on our goals and like what we're trying to do that we start to lose priority in seeking God and what He wants. And we can make our desires like higher than His. So I think it is great to make vision boards. I believe that's amazing. God said to write it down, make it plain, but also like praying and asking God to show you what should be on your vision board, and also showing you just having that flexibility in there to where it's not like I have to get it done, but more so like, God, this is what I want. I'm submitting to you. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's probably going to be something better. And so that's one thing that I really had to like explain to myself when I was making the goals for 2024. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put my little baby goals down, and God, you stretch them, stretch them. And the last thing I would say is that I've been really hearing like, and trying to remind myself that God is the goal. Like overall, God is the goal. It's in Matthew, but it just says, "Seek ye first the kingdom and of God, yeah, the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and something about everything else is gonna fall in line." I'm paraphrasing, something like that.
And He'll give you the desires of your heart. I think
Something like that. There you go, Cam. Come on. And so I'm just like, that's it. That's all I want to do. Like 2024, seek. 2024, obedience. Because we talked about the little yeses and like how far they can take us. And we were sitting at the table yesterday. I went to like a dinner, really late night dinner with like all my Christian friends. And it was just amazing because we were all sharing like things that we learned. And one of the things that they said was like a 30-second, dang it, it was like a 30-second temporary emotion can cause like a permanent decision or something like that, or a 30-second decision can cause a permanent like outcome. And I was like, I've heard this before, but it hit a little different last night. And I was just like, meditating on the whole conversation that we had about little yeses and how far they can take us in those like that obedience to God. And I'm like, wow, like if that is the same way that way, it has to be the same way the opposite way. Like the little 30 seconds of disobedience and how far that can take us, like don't let 30 seconds turn into 30 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just things like that that really get to me. And so I think it's just really like focusing on my habits, my patterns, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. I'm really asking myself why a lot of times. Like, okay, well, why do you want to call that person? Why do you want to go here? Why do you want to do this? Or so needless to say, I'm going to God about everything, and I'm seeking Him for everything. And really the goal is God. I'm just like running after Him. And I just want to leave it at that, because everything else is going to fall into place. It will. It will.
Yeah. I was gonna add on to the the vision board part, and then we can move on. I definitely feel that too. Like when I did my gratitude journal, but on the front I made like kind of like a vision board type thing. And as I was putting stuff, I was trying to go in there with like, okay, it's really God's plan, but then also like you said, like being able to put stuff on there for the most part was like more like reminders, like writing phrases on there that remind me of the things I should remember, like stay focused, or stay aligned with God, maybe a scripture or something like that. Really helps, because then it's something that I see most of the time when I'm looking at it. So it really depends, like make your vision board make sense, okay? Alana, you could still do it for sure. But yeah, I like how you mentioned that too. Like, know that these goals, if it is goal oriented, it's just that. But God reigns supreme over that. Yeah. Just want to add that little tidbit in there. But let us move on to the good stuff of 2023. Y'all have definitely been here through it all. But we just want to do like a little highlight of all the good things, because why not? So as we reflect on our accomplishments of 2023, please feel free to reflect on them with us. Drop down, some of your accomplishments in the comments and let us know. Like, this your time to brag. Let it out. Speak on what you did. Talk about your blessings because they didn't happen for no reason.
That part.
So yeah, let's get into that. Accomplishments of 2023.
Mm.
Okay,
I can
top
do
three.
three.
Okay. Yeah. Can we do one and then like go down the line? One.
Okay.
Then it gives everyone time to
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Gotta find an alternative because I'm like, baby, I got one right now, not three. Okay. Okay,
Gotta
I
find
would
the other
say
two.
one of my favorite out of the three, and it's a reminder right here because I literally have it hanging in front of my desk, is the 40 Under 40 Black Entrepreneurs Award. Like,
Yes.
That was
that was just
that was a good one.
really like it's just one of the things that you see like that you could get and then it happens, and so just being acknowledged for something like that. And then my family was like, girl, and you did it at 22. I'm like, y'all right. And so just being it was just so nice to be acknowledged by that and just realize that even what I'm doing now is so great, even though I have all these like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. What I'm doing now is still, just as great. And I've been trying to keep that mindset as well, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, that was one of my faves for sure.
Well, we all know this fake, of course, is, switching careers. And,
Yeah.
in this job, it's like the most pay I ever had, the most responsibility I've ever had, probably like the most leniency I've ever had, and something that I actually genuinely wanted. And this month is going on, 6 months being with them. And I do plan to stay, for a while longer, but let me tell y'all, I'm a job hopper. I've never been at any job longer than 6 months. So I'm gonna be in this position for longer than 6 months, I'll say.
Okay. Don't know
Just
about the
growth.
year, but
Yeah. But
okay.
Nice.
I would say top one for me has to be the fact that like this was the first year I didn't smoke like that. Like honestly, that has to be like top for me.
Yeah.
I can probably count on one, maybe two, but maybe one. And how many times I've smoked, and like y'all know me, college, ooh, child. It was heavy, and it was just getting heavier by the year. And I really remember telling myself like, "Oh, I'm always gonna smoke." You know what I'm saying? Like, and just like no, but God said no. And I'm very happy because like it just, I don't know, it was just crazy to me how like that was really my reality. And then the second God delivered me from it in my room, it was just like no more. And of course, like, yeah, we all stumble, fall, whatever, but it's the bondage. It does not have me in bondage. Like, even though I've smoked like a couple times this year, it does not have the hold on me like it did. I thought I needed it. I was like, I can't even imagine a reality without it. It was that bad. So to now have to be in that reality and like a whole year has gone by and like that is just one of the most amazing things. I'm like, God, you did your thing. Like
Okay.
I'm telling you, cut the cord, broke the tie, said not my daughter. And I said, period.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
I
big.
heard that.
Yeah. And I do want to say, like, do I think smoking weed is a sin? I don't. Do your own research. But everybody has their own thing, and how it was taking control over me and how I made it an idol in my life is definitely a sin. And that is something that God did not want to have. So I just wanted to say that just to let y'all, the audience, know. Yeah.
I feel like I already talked about the debt part because that was definitely gonna be top. That was
Girl.
definitely gonna be top. The debt relief.
Mm-hmm.
Cause y'all don't know, that was it was also my mother's her loan. So my mom, she went to college, and as far as I know, for undergrad, she worked to pay for it. So she just didn't really borrow anything, but she did a master's program. So between me and her, it was like $100,000 that just was gone. Here one day,
Wow.
gone the next.
Wow.
Me and my mother were literally. I was
That's
at a party. I was at a party with my classmates. My
I
mother called
remember
me.
you said that.
That it was there, and we just was outside in the courtyard crying on the phone in the middle of this
Yeah.
party.
I would have
Like,
I would have cried.
Like, I was like, "Do you realize how big this is?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Wow.
It's like, you know, when your mama cry, you start crying.
Yes.
girl, for sure.
It would have took me out.
For sure, get right on.
It got
Okay.
it got 10 deep. It got 10 deep that day.
Man.
Yeah. That's up there. That's up there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you ate that for sure. He ate that. Okay. Okay, we're back around number 2. When Cam started going, I said, "Oh, I'm next." I would definitely say another one of my big accomplishments was being more intentional about slowing down and
Mhm.
things. Like I could say like I kind of ate that up, like compared to how I was before. Definitely I grow. Do I still got some things to do? Definitely. But I could just see it, more and more into my day and day where I'm like taking things slower, just trying not to rush as much, even when it's like day-to-day task. So I'm definitely proud of myself for doing that. And I thank God for giving me, the patience to do so. Because it ain't easy. But yeah, yeah. That'll be my second
Okay, yeah, we taking it internal. We taking it internal.
one.
I feel like I am definitely proud of myself for what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Identifying my limiting beliefs and all the
Mm.
things that have been holding me back in my life. And kind of just actually finding a way that works for me to, take action against them and to kind of just like remove myself from a very negative space. Um, and it's a more positive one that has definitely like truly like changed my reality. Cause yeah, it's almost like I don't even want to say like cutting family ties, but yeah, like breaking generational curses and just like looking
Mhm.
at all of those things that I've just been dragging around with me all my life. And kind of just realizing that I don't have to like there's certain stuff like I thought I had to do and like certain fears that I was just letting control me,
Mm.
which that's a sin, huh?
Yeah, worrying. Definitely.
Mm.
I was doing a lot of that.
Mm.
I was doing a lot of that. And I'm just proud of myself for taking myself out of that space and getting closer to God because that has definitely helped me do so. And yeah, I'm just thanking him for like, giving me the clarity that I
Mhm.
just been so desperately needing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on, Clarity.
Clarity. That was on my vision board last year. And one thing God gave me in 2023 was clarity. All caps. Exclamation points. For sure. Yes, that word. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes. Yes.
For me, I would say I'm really proud of the fact that like this year I feel like I solidified a lot more of who I am and showing up as my true self in a lot more spaces consistently.
Mm.
And I've leaned into who I am. I've really put a lot of effort into learning who I truly am. And I say truly am because like I felt like before I was just putting a lot of these things that I had on myself like as like masks. And I feel like I took a lot of those masks off this year.
Mm.
Smoking was definitely one of them. I felt like that was a part of my identity. Another one is definitely men and my attachment to them. That was a part of my identity.
Mm.
And just like a lot of different things. And I really feel like I've been very honest with myself and very real with myself for a lot of the first times and actually wanting to follow that and to like fight myself. I understood that like, we're battling a spiritual battle. I think I really understood that this year. And Cam and I, we had a conversation where we were sitting at the museum of the Bible. We were like outside of it. I think this was like after we came out and we were talking about like our dating life and like what we wanted to do. And I was like, for the first time, I really was like, you know what? I don't think I care. And like to like come to that and to really be like okay with that and to like give myself what I actually want instead of like giving myself what I feel like I need in order to like fill voids and like do these all that. Like I really feel like 2023 I was able to find my true identity in God, and God really revealed that for me. And I've been just like loving it. I've been expressing it, showing it, and really not caring. I'm like, hey, if you don't like it, kick rocks. Because why? Like, that means you're just not for me. I'm really allowing things to be for me, and anything that's not for me, I'm just allowing it to pass without like having to always grieve every little last thing. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself for that, and I thank God for it.
I feel like mine is on a similar note of just like showing up, maybe not showing up as myself. I feel like I did have a year of growth like that though, where it was just like, it's okay to be you. Like just the things that you thought are you are not you. They're you because of the people that you was around and you thought you had to do extras to align with.
Speak on that.
But this year it was about saying yes and no and meaning it. Like doing what I want to do for myself and pushing myself to be comfortable with the difficult. Was that our friend in the background?
No,
Oh,
that
no,
was
I
Justin.
said that. I said I need to write that down. No, and meaning it.
It sounded so far away.
Yeah, no, that was
Not our friend in the background.
Yeah, he's not here, but that was me. Write that down. Saying yes and no and meaning it.
Yeah, come on. God said it. Let your yes be yes.
Yeah.
Your no be no. Come on.
And mean it.
I don't have to.
Mean
I don't have
it.
to explain it.
That be one.
Period.
Like, I don't know. I just got comfortable on that. Like, comfortable missing out. Comfortable moving on my own time.
Yeah.
If I don't want it, it don't serve me. I don't have to do it. If you're doing something I don't like, I'm gonna tell you. If you don't get it, you can go. Like, just
Like-
along the lines of just moving very much for myself.
Yeah.
And sticking on that the entire year. Like,
That's
in a
for
lot of
sure.
ways, kind of like how Jada was saying, like, her attachment was to men. I feel like I've just always had like maybe not an attachment to people, but it's just like people's opinions always mattered so much to me. Or like the thought of like a relationship ending based off of something I chose not to do because I didn't want to do it. Like that was the worst thing in the world that could happen to me. And I'm like, I don't care. If the person can't respect my answer, respect my decision, then they're just not meant to be in my life. And I'm perfectly comfortable with that too. So I feel like this is the first year that I like walked in just being authentic to myself, and I love it here.
Come on.
I feel like there's still some areas that I could recognize where I'm like, all right, when it comes to this person, you're not standing on business. You're not.
Come on. Guilty
So
too.
it's like, because you know how it is. It's just, there's certain people where it's like, ooh, like if I tell you this, I just don't know how you're gonna react. And I don't feel like dealing with your drama. Like, but I'm like, because who else is gonna tell this person about themselves? Like, and if you have a genuine relationship with this person, like this is your dog, like you can tell them, and it be out of love, and they'll be hurt for a little bit, but they can sit with it, and it'll be okay. So I'm like, what am I scared of?
Yeah.
If I could say it to a stranger, I could say it to my friend. So like,
Yeah.
So yeah, but other than that, lots of growth. Completely different person from December 2022 to December 2023, and I love it.
That's good.
Back to you.
Right. Back to the beginning.
Right. And we're back. Yeah, my third one, I couldn't pick, so it's kind of like a double whammy. My first would be definitely investing more like literally money into BBNY, but in a good way, because it has definitely benefited me. And then as far as I would say definitely being more vulnerable, because this year was a lot. And I just had at a point, it's just like, girl, you can't keep it in. You can't. You need to let it out. And so allowing myself to do that and just, talk to my family and friends more about what I have going on and things like that has been extremely, extremely helpful and just like, helps me grow, through things. So I'm very, very blessed to have that space. And I just want to share too, like, I was watching a podcast, and she was talking about, like, they was reflecting on 2023, blah, blah, blah. And she was talking about how the year really showed her that, she has friends that, truly love her and are there for her and like are there to pour into her. And it's really a thing, like, because it's a thing like separating between how you feel, and then also like how you're like what but then also what your mind tells you. Like
Mhm.
the mind can be a crazy place. It could be a mean place. And they'll tell you, have you thinking this, that, and the third. And so really realizing like my friends, like they care about me, they love me, they're here for me. They're not here, through ill intent, all that good stuff. Because child, my mom would tell me, oh, yeah, that happened. Y'all not cool no more. Like, girl, it's not true at all. And so just, reflecting on that and, as I got to be more vulnerable with y'all, my other friends, like it's allowed me to realize like, girl, like it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, that would be my last.
Okay. My last one, I would say, I'm proud of myself for not being a giver upper.
Okay.
I'm proud. I'm proud to have finished 2 seasons of a podcast that we just started.
Girl.
Start. I am proud. I'm proud of, me and Jada for continuing this BRB thing and figuring it out
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
rewriting and redoing this and redoing that and just not giving up on it because we feel like it
Yeah.
can benefit a lot of people. Um,
Mm.
and I'm proud for not, giving up on, or basically for having faith, because faith is the same, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Having faith and not giving up, having faith in God and to getting me to where I am now, comfortable in my workspace, like comfortable, like financially, like where I'm at. Where I am today, it took a lot of not giving up.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
just feel like I've built a lot of resilience. And, when I know there's a lot more to come for me. And when, things get hard, I know I'll have all of these experiences in 2023 to look back on like, no, girl, just don't give up. You'll figure it out. It'll work
You
out.
will.
So yeah,
You
I
will.
just feel like, I just built a lot of resilience and a lot of faith this past year. So I'm like super proud of that and just proud to just still have, like, I'm still latching on to so many things from 2023 because I never gave up on them. And I just feel
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah.
Aw. Wow, that was a really good one, Dad. Wow. For me, I'm gonna take it outside, the inside. Because I really feel like this definitely deserves some recognition. The amount of growth that I've had on social
Girl,
media,
because stop playing.
crazy,
Girl, because if you
yeah.
wasn't gonna say it, I was gonna have to say it for you.
crazy, like
Like,
beyond what I could have thought of as a goal, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like going from 1,000 starting off to where I'm at now at like 19 point something on Instagram, 50 something on TikTok, having a brand deal with Jackson Hewitt, paying 4 figures,
girl.
like just doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like what? What? Making the most money I've ever made in my business. And I really feel like God gave it to me at the right time because he knew I was going to steward over it well.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I really don't, I really don't even know what to.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, glitch just happened.
So she's back. We had a few technical difficulties.
That's
Damn.
exactly what somebody who had glitches would not do.
Abnormal. Like, I'm so weak, bro. No, you did not.
But yeah, enemy trying to take me out, but it's okay. We're here. But yeah, so I mean, like, y'all, so much growth. It's crazy. And the amount of like, oh, that's what I'm saying. The influence. I feel like God really gave it to me at the right time because he knew I was going to be able to steward over it well. He's been giving me visions for a lot of good stuff to be able to handle this this influence. And with influence comes responsibility. And you know, I'm definitely taking that in. I'm appreciative of everything. And you know, even videos hitting millions of views on TikTok and Instagram. This last video for Jackson Hewitt is already at 3 million, and that's more than I've ever had.
Period.
And that just feels good because I'm like, okay, it kind of makes me feel like, all right, they're paying me this much money for a reason. I'm like, because you know, I'm like, I'm not gonna do well, but like now it's like, wow, that video exceeded all my other videos. Crazy.
They'll be back.
Wow.
They will be back.
And will.
And will.
Girl. Okay.
And will. So I'm just over the moon at how God is continuing to bless me. And I love that, you know, anytime I get knocked down, it's bounce right back up. Call me a little Bobo doll, because baby, I get back up.
I never knew this is what that's called.
What are you talking about? Them little things that you can't knock
Yeah.
off? Really?
Never knew what that was called. That's funny.
Me neither. It makes I have to put two and two together. I'm like, is that what
But I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, watching the growth, being there for the growth,
Girl.
we were gagged.
I mean, still.
We were gagged.
Yeah.
And to know that like your message has really like reached that many people, like it's like, yeah, like it's really
we were literally
out here.
saying too, like there's people out here doing the same thing, but they just not doing it like you. And then boom,
They ain't doing
people saw what we saw. People finally
they not doing it like you.
You know what I'm
Period.
saying? Wow, thanks, y'all.
Like, I
Thanks,
feel like
y'all.
it was a year ago.
Yeah.
It might have been like a year ago, almost. If not, I don't remember, but we were just like, I remember I was talking about somebody specific. I just seen like a real bad TikTok video of our next person. I'm like, you know, maybe not knock them because they in their journey, but I'm like, why do these people have all the success? Like, Jada could do it better, and then boom.
And then go, thank you. Yeah, God was waiting for that right time to really like launch it. So like anybody out there, like if you feel like things are just not taking off, trust in that. Trust in that. And thank God for that, because you might have gotten it and you might have fumbled. You might have flopped it. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So allow him to give you what he is going to give you at his perfect timing, because it will be just that perfect timing.
Exactly.
Amen.
Ooh, felt that. I would say my last thing that I want to celebrate about this year is just one, it's been one of my strongest years academically. Like D2 was
Girl.
But D2 was the year I almost got a 4.0 with 13 classes or 14 classes. And then I did get a 4.0 the following semester, and I wasn't even trying for real. I just, at this point, I was exhausted. I just was showing up and got the 4.0. So,
wow.
And I think even the last semester wasn't really trying. What did I get?
Amen.
I don't remember, but I got a 3.5 overall. I've never
I know
had,
that's
never
right.
had a GPA that high
that's
before.
right.
Ever. Like an overall GPA is never that high before.
Wow.
So I'm just like, what more could I ask for? Like, it just don't even, it's too good. And then I also remembered, I forgot, I've been updating my CV, a curriculum vitae, which is, you thought resumes were hell. The CV is just, why? Like, why do y'all want to know all of this stuff? There's no limit to a CV. It could be 14, 15 pages. They don't care. So I'm sitting here trying to remember everything that I've done since the beginning of dental school. And I forgot, last April, I was nominated for Female Preclinical Student of the Year. And that was something that they nominated, like your peers nominate you for when they recognize that like you're diligent about learning and trying to be like the best that you can be, and you're willing to help others. And I'm like, you know, I've never gotten recognized for something like that before. And I remember that moment being so special. And I didn't win. The person who won it was also very, very deserving. Like, she's awesome. But it just was like that moment felt so good. I'm like, oh, people recognizing me what I didn't even see in myself.
Girl.
Like at that point, I just had my head down. I was just trying to understand certain subjects because I'm like, I don't want to get in clinic and anybody call me dumb. Like that was the one thing I kept saying last year over and over again. Like, nobody's gonna call me dumb.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I mean, I hope I get nominated again this year because they do it for a female clinical student, but it
Okay.
was so rewarding. And so that definitely was one of the top things from last year for sure too.
Oh,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
No, what a
Mhm.
beautiful year.
Wow. To
Good.
see all of our growth, like
girl.
it's just amazing to be there every step of the way. And like, the potty mouths, they really it might seem just like Kiki Drewskis to y'all. But I really want everyone to know that like those really matter because
Yeah, like that's where you really see the growth. Because we talking
yes.
about what we going through, what we're trying to huddle over, what we struggling with, what we accomplished. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the everyday real, taking it week by week and updating each other and holding each other accountable and all the things. And so just to see how far we've come and to know we've all been there the entire time is just like mind blowing. I love it. And I am so excited to continue to do life with y'all
No, for real.
because this is a for life type of thing. So
yes.
I'm very happy to call y'all friends, to say I know y'all, to call on y'all and know that
Mhm.
y'all will have my back and support me through whatever. And also to tell me what I need to hear. And I'm just so happy that God blessed me with y'all and led me to each and every one of y'all individually. So I'm beyond just grateful for all of it. And y'all's wins are my wins, and I know it's vice versa.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we just been winning. Come on.
Yes.
Right,
Facts.
win after win.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Talk about perfect timing though, because it's like we all knew each other. We all went to the same school. Like we were all
Yeah.
in the same environment, cross paths. Me and Jay were talking about how we were at your pink birthday party
Oh
in
yeah.
Girl,
2020.
I did not know that.
Didn't know. And we were at Taylor's yellow party.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
you from
That
Taylor's yellow
too.
party?
That
Y'all
too.
So it's
didn't
like
know
we
each
done
other
been.
at Taylor's yellow party?
No.
I
Mm-mm.
done,
Oh.
but I recognized you at the yellow party. Like, okay, I see you
Yeah, of
before, but the pink
course.
party,
Yeah, of
we were
course.
at the pink
But
party.
like, no, like to be like, hey, Cam. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no. So this happened at the
Mm-mm.
perfect time and when it was
Wow.
Yeah.
definitely needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
All because the power of a book. Pick it up. Pick up a book.
Yeah, pick it up.
Right.
For real.
Pick it up. You gotta pick it up. Facts.
Yeah,
I
y'all.
feel
Ugh.
like
So
that's a
what?
good.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing. I feel like it's a good lead into our ins and
Uh-huh.
outs.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. What is one thing that y'all are leaving in 2023 and one thing that you are taking into 2024?
Mm. Mm.
Great question. Leaving. Because it's really the leaving part, because that's a
No,
commitment.
because I'm like, I can
Yeah.
tell you what I'm taking all day, but leaving,
Girl,
baby.
leaving. And then you want me to
You
say
know
it out
what?
loud?
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay, Kim.
The first thing that came to mind was comfort zone.
Oh,
Oh,
hit him. Yeah,
wow.
that's a heavy hitter.
Wow.
That's a heavy hitter.
We're leaving the comfort zone in 2023, or maybe
I
we're
love
leaving the comfort zone
that.
in 2024. But comfort zone was the first thing to mind because I was thinking about you're a badass at making money. One of the quotes that like stuck with me was like, "The walls of your comfort zone are lined with your favorite excuses."
Oh, I didn't get
So
there yet. Hold on. Hold
leaving the
on. You know,
comfort
I
zone.
didn't finish
I
the
remember that line. That one said,
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was. I don't know what else
Wow.
she said in that book, but she said that.
The
I got
walls
some
of your
shit to
comfort
write
zone are
down.
aligned with your excuses.
Yeah,
yeah.
the walls are aligned with your favorite excuses. And it made me think of a visual, like a room. Like I envisioned
Yeah.
a room, and it's like, imagine everything you've ever said, every self-limiting thought, every doubt, every negative. Like, imagine if that was plastered over the walls of your bedroom and you woke up in that
That's
every single day.
embarrassing. That's
That's
embarrassing.
That's how
That's
I imagine it,
I'm
like a
like,
cell.
dang.
Like they're keeping me locked
Yeah.
in, keeping me locked into this little bitty box with
Like,
just
oh, I can't. Oh, I did. Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is a
Crazy
sale.
visual.
Ooh,
It's a
child.
cell. It's a crazy visual.
Come on, Cam. You just okay. All right.
Yeah, taking that one off. But I
Girl,
can give
mouth
my
drop
end
with
to.
that one.
I'm disturbed.
That's why
I
I
didn't
said,
even
bro,
fully.
I'm
I didn't
shaking.
even fully have it as a thought.
I am no longer comfortable.
right there.
I hope not. I hope not. I'm gonna say my
Oh
N.
gosh.
I hate giving like not abstract terms, but like, I'm not giving something concrete. Like, in is thrifting and out is, but my N
Yeah,
is gonna
no,
be
no,
discipline. I need
Yeah.
discipline
Yeah.
in every
That's
area.
good.
I
Bring
feel
that
like
in.
I think I would just be showing up for myself so much differently in a lot of areas of my life if I just had discipline. So we're working on that.
Yeah.
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 Hmm. Hmm.
Girl.
Like enough said.
Yeah.
No, but
So
dang, I'm really trying to think. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of like what am I leaving in 2023? There's a lot to leave, but I'm just trying to figure. I'm trying to pick one.
I want to know what I'm gonna leave.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna leave. I'm going to leave worry and doubt in 2023. Since
Yes.
that was one of the biggest things I feel like I've overcome. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that shit alone. It didn't do nothing for me but stress me out and give me anxiety
Girl,
attacks and
hello.
you know what I'm saying? It didn't do nothing for me. It wasn't serving me. Um, so yeah, we're gonna leave that. Leave that there. And what am I gonna take? I feel like I had it and then I lost it. I'm going to take
Should we circle back? Or you got
yeah.
it? Okay.
I don't think I have it.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm-mm.
I think I'm gonna be on the same tip as Desna. I got one for you, right now. So, uh, I literally just wrote this down right now. I would say leaving in 2023 would be feeling like I need to prove myself. I was just talking about this with my
Mm,
career coach, at work. He's like, "You're doing amazing things. You're involved. Blah blah blah." He was like, "But I just want to let you know too, like." Don't, it's okay. Like, you're at a point where you're doing a lot, and I would be wrong if I didn't say, like, stop. Not stop, but be acknowledge that, you need to
yeah,
make
you've
sure
done
that you have
it.
the time, the capacity. And I was telling him, like, like I feel like the place of like, good and all involved, which was a good thing, but constantly doing it is because I felt like, I needed to prove myself. Because I was around a whole bunch of people I didn't know. I'm at a new job. I'm like, these people don't know me, blah, 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 whoop, whoop. And it's like, okay, yeah, understandable, but
Mm,
knowing that like I am me and I'm always going to do things that align with my passion, with who I am, with how I am. And so there's no need for me to prove myself because it already is me. It's going to show in the things that I do regardless. So I don't have to overexert myself. I don't have to drain myself. I don't have to be picking up 1,001 things. Like I can just be and still be in a state where I'm comfortable and still be worthy enough, like, I'm still me. I'm still, you know, doing enough. And so
yeah.
that's what's getting left um in 2023. We leave it at.
Okay. I love that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
I love it.
And please be my
Um,
accountability partners.
of course. You can always count on
Please.
Yeah.
us.
Yes.
One thing I'm gonna leave in 2023 is my pride and need for validation.
Ooh.
So
Mm-hmm.
let me
Gotta
explain.
do it.
So I just recently realized that my need, like where the root of my need for validation came from or comes from, and how it has
Mm.
now become pride. And it's actually something I'm struggling with. I never could pinpoint it as pride because I didn't think that that was it. Like I just, I thought pride was a little bit different, but it shows up differently, and I really feel like this is a part of it. But just knowing like because I've always used people as anti-examples, and I've talked about this a lot on the podcast. And I feel like I find a lot of pride in beating that and actually being the opposite of what I grew up with, for examples, and like the cards that I was dealt with. So I always want to be affirmed of like, no, you actually are the opposite. You did beat that. You aren't, the same as this person. And I feel like I always am kind of like looking for that because somebody asked me, my mentor, he asked me, he was like, like, what are these men giving you? Like, why do you keep them around? And a lot of the answer was around like affirmation and like validation and kind of almost like telling me that I am worth it. And so I want to leave all of that in 2023 because he also asked me, he was like, well, what if I told you, like, what if I said right now that you're not worth it? What would your response be? I'm like, you a damn lie. And he's like, well, you know it. So like, you really just want to hear it from other people, to like affirm you. But you don't, it doesn't need to go past that. And he's like, and they don't even really know everything. The only person that you should really be looking for affirmation from is God, because he's the one that sees everything. And that's the true affirmation, because he sees every little, slip up, every little mistake, every little hit and this, and he sees the good. So that affirmation is even further than what the other people could see, because they only really are seeing your best side majority of the time and like a little bit of the bad. So that affirmation can only really even go so far. And so I was like, you're right. You're right. And so he was really eating me up. And I was really thinking about that. So I do want to leave that in 2023. It's going to be hard. It's definitely something I'm still working through, but I'm actively like dropping it off and like cutting that weight off. So
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what you taking with you in it, or
because they like, it can't come back to me. I don't know.
I do. What I'm taking with me is temperature checks. So this is something I also just looked at, because you know how like the Bible says, like Jesus saying like, oh, if you're lukewarm, I'll spit you out my mouth, kind of thing. I wanted to do a temperature check on myself each week. And I want to see an average of my temperature for the year. So I journal, I do all those things, and I really want to see this, because I want something that I can measure in terms of like how well I feel like I've given myself to God or allowed him in my life, and like do all these things. And so I will be like setting a metric for it, and I'll be doing all these things, but I definitely like on one end it's lukewarm and the other end it's hot. And I just want to be real and be like, okay, this is where I feel like I was. Like maybe I could have took that to God this time. Maybe I'm, not as hot as I think I am. Like, and so just that, and it's not gonna be, I'm gonna definitely make sure it's not like toxic. I'm definitely gonna make sure it's not, like religion, like religious stuff. But I definitely feel like I do want to check my temperature to make sure that I am aligned, and, have like a little goal for myself to keep it going, keep it hot.
Yeah, I like that.
I guess I got something I'm gonna take in. Honestly, there really is like, like there's a lot of stuff to take in. But one of the biggest things for me, I will say, is a higher sense of self-esteem and self-worth. And I say that because while I was, having faith and like going through all of these things, I do feel like I could have shown up for myself more. And I feel like every time, I broke a promise to myself, or I wasn't showing up for myself like that, I'm literally telling myself that I'm not worth the time or the effort or the energy that it takes to just get up and go to the gym, or spend money on myself, or just things like that. There are certain things that like I just wouldn't do for myself. And I just realized, how easily I'm willing to do those things for other people. Like they're worth it, but then when it comes to me, it's like, so now you telling me I'm not worth it? You can do it for them, but you can't do it for me. And it was something that I really noticed in December. And I was just wondering, like why is my self-esteem like low? Like it's low. And I'm like, and I had to like start putting the piece because you're doing all like you're telling yourself you're not worth,
Mm,
you're through your actions, like your actions. You can say as many affirmations in the mirror as you want to, but your actions
girl.
are going to show you the truth. And so I've been conditioning myself to believe that I'm not worth certain things. And I don't think that's true. Like I know it to be true, but my body doesn't know that to be true. My body doesn't, it's not, does not feel that way. So yeah, I'm showing up for myself more in 2024 and I'm spending money on myself and I'm gonna create literally like a whole budget for me to spend on myself to do what I want to do.
Period.
Come on,
Um,
budget.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm showing up for myself more, and I just know that that's going to, boost my self-esteem. Yeah, that's what we showing up for me
Period.
in 2024.
As you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that hit home. That hit home.
Yeah, and you just realizing like, me not doing this is me telling myself that I'm not worth that. Like,
Yeah.
that's real. I think that kind of relates to my next one too. What I'm bringing in with me, is, taking care of myself more for sure in all aspects. Whether that be saying no to things, whether that be saying yes to things, whether that be like, really putting in the effort to do things that are better for me and put in the effort to stop doing things that are not. Just making sure I'm genuinely being intentional about taking care of myself. Like it's not just a simple like, ooh, now my light came off. But down to the real things that matter too. Not just like, oh yeah, I ate today, I took care of myself. Don't get me wrong, that is an accomplishment on
Yeah.
most days. But I know me, and I know I can do better with
Yeah.
that. So that's what I want to do. And yeah.
Wow, Grels.
Yeah, let
You're
us
right,
know what
Mike.
y'all leaving in 2023 and what y'all
Yeah.
taking to
Yes.
2024 because we want to know.
Please.
We might need to be leaving it and taking it too.
Right.
Girl.
Right.
Both of y'all, right. Okay.
And this was what's y'all rating? Because this is definitely a 4D.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a
I'll
vote.
give it like
I'm
a
giving it a vote. I almost cried in the beginning, like first 30 seconds.
Girl.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
y'all know it's a vote for me.
Yeah. I would give
I
it
give
a
it
4
a
too.
3.5.
What?
Somebody, I
Okay.
knew somebody was gonna say it.
I need
Somebody
the
was gonna say it.
argument. Lay it out. What's the
Yeah.
argument for 3.5?
I feel like it's a 3.5. But it's okay. I feel like we said it though, like we could go so much deeper, but we
We
just
can.
don't be trying to
Yeah.
drag one episode.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
That is
We gotta
true.
get if
We
we get
gotta
like
learn how to
super
break it
deep
up.
into like one little topic because we can
Yeah.
get deep, and that's like when it really go deep. We like
Right.
a little broad and deep. So
Okay.
you got the 3.5.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
But it was why. It was why.
exactly.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
3.5?
exactly.
Okay.
I couldn't
Okay.
explain why I felt that way, but y'all got it.
Mhm.
I
No,
would agree
yeah.
with that.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, we got into it.
Yep.
That was
In
a good
episode
reflection. I
1.
needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I didn't
so
really
good. So
reflect.
good
I
to be
did.
back.
Yeah. First one back.
Season
Banger.
3.
I know huh? We didn't even first episode of season 3.
That
Welcome
is
back,
crazy. And it's
y'all.
a whole new year.
Happy New
Welcome.
Year.
Yes. Now welcome
Right. We
back.
didn't even tell y'all Happy New Year. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Right, we just got straight. Sorry. Excuse all that.
Happy New
So
Year.
rude of us.
Yeah. So there you
Yes. Happy
Thanks
New
for rocking with us
Year.
this long. Thank you for bringing in this new year with us. We're happy to see you. If you are new, welcome. I hope that you rock with us for the rest of the year and more because we get deep here and I know you can see
Yeah.
it through this episode alone. So we have so much in store for y'all. And we just want to continue to hear from y'all this year. So
Yeah. And
that's
let
our
us
main
know
goal. Yeah.
if there's something y'all want us to talk about, something y'all want us to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
Them comments are always open. Them DMs are always
Always.
open. Okay. And
Always.
let us know.
Yeah.
Please.
But yeah. It's
Yep.
that
And we got the new background. Like,
Oh,
hold on.
okay,
Girl.
okay,
Just
okay.
for getting
New
a whole bunch of
logo?
stuff.
We just came up on
New
here like
logo,
business
who
as
it
usual.
is? Like, oh yeah, that
is.
too.
So we changed our colors.
Yeah.
In case you didn't notice.
Surprise.
Yes. We felt we needed a change. We were a little bit more intentional about our colors this way
Yeah.
around. And so, we added
We
that.
hope you can feel the feelings that we put in
Yeah.
these colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's gonna be a lot of good,
Yeah, 'cause
a
now
lot of
I'm
other new
feeling the
things.
feels of the colors.
Get out of here.
I am. I mean
Hold
it.
on, now that I really
I
sit on
mean
this
it.
couch.
The orange wall is doing it though.
It's doing it.
Right?
Yeah, let us
And
know
the
how
pink
y'all
is
liked our
giving,
new
like-
colors.
The pink is giving like a little love, a little feminine, giving a little
Yeah.
feminine, it's giving a little love. It's like the
right.
perfect balance of like fun,
Mhm.
but love.
But
But like,
serious.
Yeah, but
But
we're
deep,
not.
talk with
Yeah.
us.
Right.
but
Yeah.
warmth and welcome.
Come sit
Yeah.
down. Come sit
Yeah.
down.
Come sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come,
Yeah.
come sit. Let us sit.
Not to let us
Yeah.
sit.
No, please. Yeah, season 3 is gonna be great. I'm so excited. I just put up like our season 3 ideas. Like, yeah, it's gonna be so freaking good. And y'all are gonna be here. And y'all have seen the growth. If you've been here since day 1, thank you. Thank
Trooper.
you so much. You
Mhm.
have seen us, you have now seen us go through a whole color change.
Literally.
We
Background.
went from Zoom tiles to backgrounds
Right.
to Riverside to Zoom
Right.
again.
Right.
Yes. Yes. To the first editing platform, to
Right.
CapCut.
Yes.
To
And
a YouTube
some
intro.
videos we didn't even have our
Ooh.
face. Like
That part. That
YouTube
part.
intro.
Wow.
We
Come on,
for sure
2023.
got a no video episode, all audio.
Or how about the speaker view episode?
Don't
Well,
even talk. I wasn't even gonna bring it up. I wasn't even gonna bring it up. Because I was
Y'all-
scrolling through our episodes and I seen it. I said, "Oh my gosh, that did happen!" Like,
don't
We
get me
had
wrong,
problems.
it was very easy to make content for that though.
Yes,
It was convenient.
yes,
But
yes.
it did not
yes,
work.
It was.
It did not
That's
give
true.
round table conversation.
And y'all seen us without the equipment that we invested in.
Girl, no
Yes.
mic thing.
No
No
mics.
I
mic
used to
was
be like,
crazy.
y'all,
No lights.
No
please
lights.
invest in a
Crazy.
Oh
mic.
my God.
No webcams. Oh my gosh.
Remember when we got to our background was dry? How about us now? We got a whole background custom.
Who said that? Because we were
Somebody said
offended.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
We took it to
bro,
heart.
they said the background is not given, it's born or something like that. We said, oh, bet.
We took that to heart.
Yeah.
Okay, as you can see.
Clearly. Oh
And
my
now we're
God,
sitting in the
that
same
is
room,
wild.
period.
Period. We together. Okay. Wow. I love that.
And we have 4D meetups. We have yet to have a full 4D meetup, though. I will say we have
That's
not
kind of
I
crazy.
know a 5.
been 4 deep. Yeah, we have not officially been 4 deep, but we will. 2024, we will.
Dang.
we have to. It's 2024.
Yes.
2024. 2024D.
We
Oh,
have to.
she ate with that one.
I think we gotta take a trip. I think we gotta like take a trip, maybe vlog it a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
We gotta do something.
We're gonna be on here all day.
Okay, yes.
We gotta let y'all go.
Like,
Yes.
comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.